everybody, Assalamualaikum. Welcome to a very special edition of the S Stories right here on Sophiya Anjam's official YouTube channel. Every Friday 7 p.m. we have something different for you, and this time around we have a very special episode of Singapore. Now I recently traveled to Singapore. It was just amazing. I had a lot of fun. और किस तरह जाएंगे, कितना expense जो है वो आपको bear करना पड़ेगा. What are the attractions? What are the good things about Singapore? Let's go and check it out. Everybody, so I'm here at the Lahore airport right now, and our flight is about to take off. It's going to go to Bangkok first up, and then inshallah it's going to go to Singapore. I'm quite excited, and I haven't been to Singapore before. I've been to Thailand, so let's see how it turns out. Just entered the Singapore airport, and so far it looks really clean, and I'm just waiting for my luggage. As soon as I get my luggage, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm excited.
So the minute I landed in Singapore, I was like, you know what? This is a very clean city.
So this is my room at Carlton Hotel. Hi. This is the view, and this is the room.
8:01 p.m.
Look who I bumped into at Singapore! Sarah! One of my best friends based out of Lahore. क्या instructions देखती हैं? तो ये अब हम कहाँ हैं?
मैं travel guide बन सकती हूँ, नहीं?
Definitely, and a very pretty travel guide.
So it was really sweet of my friend Sarah and Sarah's husband Hamza to actually come over on the first day that I landed in Singapore, and take me around and show me around Singapore. And I think us pure evening mein we managed to actually see the entire city, because it's not that big, as a city it's actually quite small, because if you've been to a particular area, that means you basically have covered it all.
Sarah, so what is this exactly?
Plus a mall with a lot of cool trees and stuff.
Nice. Okay guys, so why is this like the best pizza in the city?
Because of the crust.
And it's what, like crusty?
The crust is really thin, but it doesn't break, and it's really soft.
Alright.
And it tastes really good. You have to try it.
So what are we having?
This is I guess this is the cheese one, that's the beef one, and there's a chicken
We're
one.
waiting for another.
And you agree?
Yes.
Anything you want to add on?
The crust stays like this even after 2 days.
Awesome.
It's like soft,
That's
even
okay.
after 2 or 3 days.
I can't seem to look away. I'm hanging on the words you say.
So while I was experimenting and checking out the nightlife in the initial days when I was in Singapore, I had absolutely no idea कि 10 बजे के बाद सब कुछ बंद हो जाता है, ठीक है? तो मेरा जो होटल है उसके सामने एक जगह थी जिसका नाम था Chimes. But I remember when I was researching before coming to the country, I knew that there is a place called Chimes that does exist, जिसके अंदर बहुत सारे bars हैं और बहुत सारे eateries हैं and all of that. जब मुझे कहीं से कुछ नहीं मिल रहा था, सारे लोग कह रहे थे अच्छा बीबी अस्सलाम वालेकुम सब बंद हो गया है. Then I went to Chimes, and Chimes was open till late at night, and that was actually quite a surprise for me. It was a very interesting area. It was in the basement. There were lots of bars, there was music, a lot of nice interesting people. The food was very average, but the good thing was that it was open. So that's one place that you can check out if you're really starving post midnight. It's Chimes.
Okay everybody, so right now I am at Hawker Center, Singapore, and the reason I'm here is because I've heard so many good things about it कि बहुत सारी eateries हैं और local दुकानें हैं छोटी छोटी जो लोग बहुत सारे जगहों से आते हैं क्योंकि सस्ती भी मिलती है, affordable भी है. So it's a very buzzing kind of a place where people go to eat different kinds of food here in Singapore and also to enjoy seeing what they have to see right here at Hawker Center.
In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty other from the minute that I met you.
Okay everybody, so right now we are here at Chinatown here in Singapore, and as the name suggests, it's all about China, of course, you know, and this is one thing that's sort of common across the globe also. Every little place has a little China, a little India, you know, a little Desi, a little Chinese, a little sort of Asian also. But I've heard so many things about little China कि Singapore में बहुत अच्छी एक community भी है, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग आते भी हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें भी हैं. So let's just go and check it out. This is basically little China in Singapore.
I love the fact that there's a Chinatown almost everywhere across the globe. Not just that, there's Little India also, you know, and Indians are actually known to be very proud of their culture, very proud of their heritage, and very proud of their traditions as well. So if you enter Little India, the first thing that you would spot, you know, if you walk down a little bit, is Mustafa Center. And it's that one place which is very famous for its perfumes. And there's one thing that you need to know, that in the entire city of Singapore, you would not find any fake or artificial perfumes. Everything is genuine, and this is actually the best place that you can actually get hold of when it comes to perfumes. Apart from that, Little India and Chinatown give you very cultural sort of vibes. There are a lot of Indians, a lot of Chinese, people are very comfortable in their own skin, they have their own thing going on. It's basically, you know, a little city within a city.
I am now on my way to Universal Studio. I'm quite excited about that because it's quite popular in Singapore. And I went to Hawker Center in the morning, then to Chinatown. I'll keep you updated.
Gonna lie, oh no. Yeah, I tried this a million times, oh no. To get this off my mind, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel real low, oh no.
Okay everybody, so right now I'm at Universal Studios here at Singapore. I've heard so many things about it, but the reason I'm really interested and really excited today is because today is the 31st of October, which is Halloween night, and aaj ki theme is about Stranger Things. If you guys have been following the show on Netflix, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I can't wait to check out the rides also to let you guys know what Universal Studios Singapore is all about. Check it out.
Honestly speaking, I love going to Universal Studios. You know, the very journey of actually thinking about going to Universal Studios, I was especially getting ready for it. I wanted to blow dry my hair, you know, and I just wanted to go and look my best. And then there was a long queue. But there's one thing that I felt, that even though there was a long queue, I didn't find any officer on duty. Yet everybody was following the queue. Everybody was in line. Everybody was following the rules and the regulations and the law, which is something that we must adhere to back home as well.
Yeah, I've tried this a million times.
Universal Studios was a lot of fun, especially during Halloween night. You had the whole shebang when it came to Halloween. People were having a lot of fun. There were a lot of things to eat, a lot of activities going on, and a lot of haunted houses, a lot of fun things for the family members as well. So something to really look forward to at Universal Studios.
Protect the Allspark. Protect each other. Good luck.
midnight.
So ever since I was planning a trip to Singapore, I don't know why, but I really wanted to attend a Halloween party. I have no idea why, but I just wanted to. दिल कर रहा था. मेरा जो costume था, वो basically Kashan clothing का था, and I was supposed to be this 20s flapper girl, as you can see also. It was a lot of fun. The club was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun over there. We were partying till late at night, and everything was amazing. And उन्होंने पूरा Halloween style theme रखा हुआ था वहाँ पर. People were in costumes, they were having fun, and everybody was being served different kind of snacks and different kind of drinks, keeping in mind the Halloween theme. It was just an amazing place to be.
Hi everybody, so today I am at Garden by the Bay, Singapore, and as you can see it is raining again, and this basically area is really popular because of the greenery and because it is so beautiful. I can't wait to check it out. Come, join me.
Keep on driving and driving.
Guess what I have? So basically these are tickets to the Flower Dome and to the Cloud Forest at Gardens of the Bay in Singapore. I'm excited. Let's do this. Okay, so the interesting part is that, you know, this area is very well maintained also. So as it says as well, that it's so well maintained that otherwise if you were to go in all these different regions, it would take a lot of time because the summers basically last up to like 4 months, right? So they had the drought, they had the long hot summer, and then by the end of it, you actually get that sort of end result as far as afforestation is concerned. But here, everything is controlled, and that's what keeps it alive. Interesting fact for you. I feel I'm a popsicle right now. I'm freezing right now. बंदा बता ही दे, कोई बंदा jacket, कोई बंदा sweater, कोई बंदा कुछ ले लेता है. Anyway, this is the Flower Dome, ladies and gentlemen. It is freezing. Brrr. Cloud Forest, and it looks like a mini Niagara Falls. It is freezing again, but it's beautiful to look at. Come, let me show you, okay?
2 hours later.
कितना हमारे बाइक स्टार्ट हो
So Hamza, you've been living in Singapore since the past 14 years.
Yeah.
So how would you sum up your experience living in the country?
It's been a very interesting experience because there's been a lot of changes that happened in the last couple of years. I've seen this country go through a couple of elections. Lots of new developments happened over time. This country has weathered some economic crises as well. But so far it's been a very interesting ride.
So if I were to ask you this question, that is it like a dream living in Singapore? What would your answer be? The grass is always greener on the other side.
I think the grass is definitely appears greener on the other side. It is one dream to be living in Singapore and to be able to raise a family here and grow and prosper here. It's definitely a great place, but it's a very competitive place and one has to be ready for the rat race at all times.
Absolutely. So I'm going to ask you a trick question. Now, after Sarah came into your life and she settled in Singapore, have things been different for you? And if yes, how so?
Things have become a lot more pleasant. It's nice to have someone who one can do things together with and share all those good experiences
So
with.
you found your crime partner?
Yes, absolutely. This is the ideal partner in crime.
Fantastic. I think that that was a very good answer. A good job right there, Hamza. You're definitely going to be sleeping very well tonight. Definitely, for sure. So Sarah, we have a question for you.
Yeah.
It's been about 2 years you've been living in
almost
Singapore.
2.
Almost 2 years. So, being a Pakistani and coming all the way from Pakistan and living here and settling here in Singapore, how difficult or how easy has the journey been for you?
I think it was very easy for me because the next day I was roaming around, and generally Singapore is a very easy place to just maneuver, and I mean I'm still enjoying it because I never had to face any kind of problem. People are very friendly and everything is so accessible, within reach. So yeah, I'm enjoying my life over here. It is tough, but at the same time it's nice at the same time. I mean, when you're back at home, it feels nice, you have your own space. So yeah, it's good.
Fantastic. So for the Pakistani community here, what are the things that we should really be looking forward to, since we have an audience that is primarily Pakistani who's watching this right now?
There is a Pakistani association in Singapore, and yeah,
I
but
don't think we know any of them.
we don't know any of them, but we went to an event this year, I guess. Yeah, we went to an event. Esplanade. So we
Oh,
took
yeah,
so
the
we took
food
one of
festival.
our Chinese friend over there, and there was a Pakistani kid and who was like, what is this Chinese girl doing over here? So that was the only time where the Chinese person felt in minority in Singapore.
So tell me something. Now, a lot of people love shopping, right? I mean, if you talk about Pakistanis generally, they love having a good time, they love shopping, they love eating. So let's talk about those, hardcore places to see in Singapore. Although we've already mentioned a lot of these places also. Your top 3 picks for the best places to eat, the best places to shop, and the best places to visit. The top 3.
Okay, one is Arab Street, Orchard for high-end shopping, if you're looking for Gucci and Valentino and stuff. So
And burning a
Orchard-
hole in your pocket.
Yeah.
Stuff that I can't afford.
Yeah. So Orchard definitely for high-end. Arab Street for casual, local stuff or local designers. Arab
Hipster.
Street, yeah, hipster. And then the third place, I think Little India maybe for all the desi stuff.
Why not? Why
Hey,
not?
Mustafa has.
Yeah,
lots of
Mustafa. Yes, Mustafa definitely.
Okay, anything else you'd like to add on, especially when it comes to, places
Just
to go
shop
and visit?
online. Just shop
Yeah,
online.
Online
everyone
shopping,
here,
yeah.
everyone here who really wants to get good deals, they shop
Yeah,
online.
Yeah. No one goes to the malls anymore.
All right, thank you so much. You guys make a lovely, lovely couple. And would there be a take-home message for all the Pakistanis who are watching this right now?
Yes, Pakistan, Payandabad.
Head underwater, falling back into you.
Okay, everybody, so this is the place called Clark Quay, which has a lot of restaurants and bars, and it's very happening, and it's really late night, and it's still open.
Head underwater, falling back into you. I thought we'd be smarter, but got nothing left to lose. You said you'd fall with me, no matter how far it goes.
Tomorrow.
So the Singapore Zoo was always very popular. I remember watching a lot of movies that were shot at the Singapore Zoo, and I remember clearly when my parents went to the country, they mentioned the Singapore Zoo was something to really look forward to, and I had it in my mind that I had to go ahead and visit the Singapore Zoo. What I loved the most about it was that there was a lot of detailed information about the kind of animals over there, and not just that, the good thing was that there were educational pointers for all the children in order to save the environment, in order to take care of the ecosystem, in order to understand what the animals really are all about and how can we do our part in making sure that everybody coexists. So that was the best part about Singapore Zoo, and there were a lot of variety of animals and there were a lot of variety of activities also. So it was definitely worth a deco.
Out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have no regret.
The thing about Singapore is that it is always completely raining all the time. Check this out. हर वक्त बारिश हो रही होती है.
Let the glory go rewind.
Okay, everybody, some fun facts for you. Did you guys know that the longest river in the world is River Nile? Apart from that, if you talk about the deepest river in the world, it is the Congo River. Not just that, the biggest dam in the world is in China. And another thing that I was reading about as far as pandas was concerned was very interesting. So a panda can have up to 20 kgs per day, which is basically their diet every day, which is equivalent to having 100 bowls of white rice. Strange fact.
Linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to never end. Lost my head, don't feel my spark between the jars and bottle jar. Just me and all the red lights. Moving close.
Okay, everybody, so I have eaten so much that I can't even move right now. So I remember when I was coming to Singapore, I called my friend Sarah. I was like, which are the places to go in Singapore that are really nice and classy and all of that? She was like, Sophie, you have to go to MBS and you have to check out Cut by Wolfgang Puck. Okay, now he's a very famous Australian-American chef, and his recipes are quite famous as well, and he had a lot of chains across the globe also. So यहाँ पे हुआ ये that we had the appetizers, then we had the main course, we had the dessert. The ambience was amazing, the way that everything was there was amazing, the waiters were amazing. In fact, there was a waiter for every table, so there was a very personal kind of an experience. But the most important of all, the food was so delicious, extremely tasty. Overall, Singapore chicken is okay, but the chicken I had here at Gut was amazing. So, if you happen to come to Singapore, you have to go to MBS and you have to check out Gut by Wolfgang Puck. And remember, it'll burn some holes in your pocket, but it'll be worth it.
very important point for all the ladies, if you're thinking of styling your hair, blow drying your hair, straightening your hair when it comes to Singapore, that's not going to happen. You're in for a surprise because the weather is so humid that nothing's going to stick, right? The only thing that's going to stay is A, your natural hair, B, if you get your rebonding done. That is the only way that you can survive during the humid weather in Singapore.
So guys, I just wanted to let you know that Singapore basically is a very, very clean city. You know, आप कहीं भी चले जाओ, you go to the restrooms, you go to any restaurants, you go to any bars, you go on the streets. Basically, it's a very clean city and it is really expensive as well. अगर आपके पास budget जो है वो तकरीबन 1 से 2 लाख है, तो आप सिंगापुर के बारे में भूल जाएं because Singapore is really expensive when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to food, when it comes to travel. At the same time, there's one thing about Singapore, which is that the weather remains the same throughout the year. It's a very tropical kind of a weather. But ये जो time है जब मैं गई थी, which is basically the end of October, early November, बहुत मज़े का मौसम था. ना ज़्यादा गर्मी थी, ठंड तो खैर होती नहीं है, but गर्मी नहीं थी. So it's a really nice weather, and today is going to be my last day in Singapore. Another thing which I really want to check out today is going to be the Arab Street. I've heard a lot of good things about it. एक वहाँ पे भी अच्छे बड़े bars and restaurants and eateries and all of that. And then one more thing that I'm going to be checking out today is going to be Orchard. I've heard it's a place जहाँ पे shopping बहुत अच्छी होती है, so let's go check it out.
Waking up, feeling the taste of our fight last night. Breaking up, making a mess of an old goodbye.
I think my favorite part has to be the Arab Street because the moment I landed at the Arab Street, I was like, whoa, what colors, you know, what a lovely vibe. The mosques were beautiful, the music was fantastic, the food was amazing, the people were so good. It was just so colorful. A, it made for great pictures and videos, and B, I just loved the vibe of the place. And you know, honestly, it reminded me a lot of my Turkey sort of visit earlier on as well. But it was definitely one of its kind. Just like you have Little India and then you have Chinatown, Arab Street is all about the Arab world. It was wonderful and definitely a must-go place if you happen to visit Singapore.
Okay everybody, so this hummus was the best hummus I've had in a long time. It reminded me of my trip to Turkey, in which I used to love having hummus. This is great. Now this is that Arab Street in Singapore.
So a lot of people told me that you have to go to Atlas Bar. It's this really fancy schmancy place that you know you really have to go to. So I did go to Atlas Bar. I had to wait for like 45 minutes because there's a waiting list, and it was just a beautiful place, very classic, and you know it had a lot of sort of character to the building also. It was raining of course constantly as usual, but it was definitely worth it. So a lot of people told us about Manhattan Bar, that you know Manhattan Bar is that one bar which is very famous in Singapore and also has been listed as one of the best bars in the world. तो मैंने सोचा देखिए जी सिंगापुर आए हुए इतना अच्छा बार सामने है तो हम क्यों नहीं जा रहे. So we planned a trip to Manhattan. हमने कहा चलो एक दिन ज़रा निकलते देखते चेकआउट करते हैं कि क्या सिनेरियो है. थोड़ा सा हमें ज़रा वेट करना पड़ा था obviously because it had a long waiting queue. It was the weekend also. The food we didn't try as such. We just tried a few sort of snacks and all of that. By the way, they serve really interesting popcorn with your drinks also. So that was something that we enjoyed, having the popcorn, you know, to be very honest. It had a really nice, classy vibe to it. It wasn't your regular teenage, boppy sort of a club or a bar that you go to. It was definitely, hands down, one of the most classy bars I've been to. Definitely a must go. हमारे पाकिस्तान में होता है ना आपके पास Uber, Careem and all of that. So वहाँ पर apart from you know there are other local sort of car services also, they had this service which was called Grab. And what I loved the most about it was that it was very efficient, it was very quick, and it does not wait for you. Okay, so they give you like a preliminary message that okay you have 1 minute to like you know pick up your stuff and just come down wherever you are, and then you just take it from there. So that was very convenient for me. It wasn't really that expensive either. Otherwise जो मीटर वाले आपको पता है टैक्सीज होती हैं उनमें ज़्यादा पैसे भी आपके लगते हैं. So Grab is that one app that you can definitely download if you happen to come to Singapore. Otherwise the best way to commute in Singapore is through the metro because उनका जो पूरा public transport system है वो बहुत अच्छा है. Wow. So as I head towards the airport, I'm just recalling all the memories, the food and the culture, the vibe of the city, the health of the city, the well-being of the city. And I'm just thinking, छोटा सा शहर है, वही मुल्क है, वही शहर है, कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गया है, because of the hard work and dedication of the people, because of the governance, because of the fact that they have to make it work. And sometimes you just don't have anything and you make the most of it. And sometimes you have so much of something, yet you can't even do anything about it. So it's all in the mind. You can make a heaven out of hell, a hell out of heaven. I can't wait to visit it again, and all the best to everybody who's planning on coming to Singapore. And a big shout out to my friends Sarah and Hamza also for being extremely generous here and taking care of me at the trip. I loved my hotel stay. I loved the food. I loved everything. And now I can't wait to go to Bangkok because that is going to be a different animal altogether. Hope that you guys are enjoying this episode of the S Stories.
So smile, so smile, you're with me now. So smile, you're with me now. So smile,